I'm Josh, joined by my co-hosts Dale and Tim, and on tonight's episode, we're going to talk about a recap of the races that happened at Dover this past weekend, as well as a preview of the regular season finale at Daytona this Saturday night, which I think is going to be the most exciting race of the year, considering what's on the line.
So do you mean titillating or scintillating?
Tickling, scintillating.
I don't think I've ever heard that one before.
As always, our social media accounts are on the bottom. Average Joe's Podcast on Facebook, at Joe's570 on Twitter, and at the Average Joe's _podcast on Instagram. A little bit of a new look because of some computer issues, but either way, we're up and rolling.
Yeah, tell us about those computer issues there.
I'd rather not get into it. So, Dover this past week, we had a lot of racing go on there. The truck race did a doubleheader, Xfinity did a doubleheader, and Cup did a doubleheader. So 6 races total.
5.
Was it 5?
Yeah. Trucks only ran once.
Oh, okay. I misread that then. My bad.
Last week they had the doubleheader.
Okay. So Austin Hill, a.k.a. the Thumb, as Dale likes to call him, takes stage 1 in the truck series.
Tell you, he looks like a thumb.
He does.
Or
Really
a cross
does.
between a thumb and Hank Hill. He might be out there trying to sell
Hank Hill.
propane next week.
Propane.
I'm going to have to look this guy up quick just to see because I don't even know what he looks
I
like.
should have put a picture in here for reference of that. Maybe I'll do a side-by-side of him and a thumb.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
or a big toe even.
That'd be perfect.
Austin Hill, right?
Yep.
Austin Hill.
Oh, yeah, he does kind of look like a thumb.
See?
Or even a big toe. One or the other.
And now you're just putting him down.
Either way, he's ugly. As most race car drivers are. But Zane Smith takes the second stage and the overall win. It's his second win of the year. And he also got a $50,000 bonus for winning the second stage of the Triple Truck Challenge.
Yeah, and actually, I don't think we commented on it last week. Sheldon Creed actually picked up $50,000 last week, too, for winning that one.
Oh, wow.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Nice. So
Well,
people are-
Zane Smith, this is his second win this year, but
Yep.
it's his second win in the last 3 races.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
Coming alive at the right time.
Right.
For show. And then rounding out your top 5 is Matt Crafton, Brett Moffitt, Gilliland, and Rhodes to round out the top 5 there in the truck race. So, usual suspects for the most part there.
Yep.
Just going to go to NASCAR.com and pull up the points situation here quick. I believe the Cup Series is the only one whose playoffs start next week. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I know Xfinity and trucks don't run as many, so they'll be starting a little later in the season. But
So Rich is saying sounds a little low there, Josh.
yeah, I was noticing that too. I don't know why that is.
What are you thinking now, Rich? Can you hear us now?
Is my volume all the way up on the thing there?
Oh, yeah, we're up.
Yeah, we're up over there. There, I just turned up
The game.
the one volume meter over here, so I think we're hitting a little higher levels now.
I'd say so.
Yeah. It's still... Oh, yeah, that's better. Where it was, I guess. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Facebook fans. I think it's good volume there. Anything else on the truck series?
No, I mean, I didn't really get to watch any of the
I didn't
truck
either,
series
honestly.
this week.
So Zane Smith is actually leading the points right now with his 2 wins. And then you got the 2 other guys, Sheldon Creed and Enfinger, that have 2 wins as well. So should be an interesting battle for the truck championship whenever that starts.
I think there's actually a couple more races for them until it starts, and only 10 trucks make it. So
Oh, is that it?
I want to say it's like 8 races or something like that, only for the chase instead of 10 or 10.
Let me take a look here at the schedule and see if it differentiates. Okay, so the playoffs start September 17th at Bristol.
Yeah, while we're on that topic of like Bristol and that and playoffs, did you guys notice with the Cup Series, it seems like half of the races this year in the chase are actually short tracks like that.
Yeah, isn't that what we wanted, though?
It is. I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Short track racing?
Take
I'm
it
okay
between
with that.
short tracks and the Roval is
Yeah.
in there as well. So we got the road course, short tracks, and whatever the hell you want to call Phoenix.
Yeah.
'Cause-
I mean, with the with the
Pretty
last
much a short
race,
track.
I noticed that the Truck Series, Xfinity, and the Cup Series, I think it's 4 out of the 5 started past the top 10, their starting grid,
Oh yeah.
and the top 5, four out of 5 of them, I think it was, ended up top 5, even though they started.
And at some
Outside it.
point, we'll have to discuss that new qualifying format where they're going to let all the playoff guys start ahead of everyone else, which I think is complete BS.
Yeah, let's get through the recap of Dover before we get into that shenanigans.
All right, Xfinity Race 1. Austin Cindric takes the first stage. Allgaier takes stage 2 and the overall win. He says that the criticism from the fans for him being mad at Allmendinger led to his motivation to lead 120 of 200 laps. What do you guys think? Is there anything to that?
I mean, I can see him being a little pissed off, and but truthfully, I don't see what the fans' beef was with him wanting to, go after Dinger basically because he dumped him with like 5 laps to go, running in the top 5.
This is racing.
Yeah.
You don't get a participation trophy.
Well, Bubba Walsh does.
Well, we'll get to that when we start talking about Truex and his
On to the next
whining
one.
again.
On to the next combo.
That would have been a featherweight matchup between Allgaier and Allmendinger.
Well, what about that one a few weeks ago with what was it, Harrison Burton and Noah Gragson?
Yeah.
I actually was surprised with Gragson getting that hit and like that. Like, that
It was
surprised
a cheap
me.
shot.
Hey, coming from him though, he seems like the type that would be not willing to fight like that.
So Allgaier's first win of the season, he's sitting there 4th in points behind Gregson, Cindric, Briscoe, those guys. Top 5 was Cindric, Chastain, Gregson, Herbst. We thought there was going to be some big news for Gregson this week, but it turned out he's going back to junior motorsports. So
That's good.
Tugboat.
Good timing.
We were all kind of speculating that it was the 48, but as we all said, I think we agreed that he's not ready for Cup yet.
No, absolutely. And like I said, I sent you guys that picture of the tweet earlier that everybody kind of disregarded where he tagged Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And we all know Hendrick is anti-Coca-Cola because they're wrapped up with Pepsi.
Right.
So if it was a deal with Hendrick, he wouldn't be saying to somebody, hey, you should have a Coca-Cola in that.
Right, exactly.
Which is kind of weird, too, though, if you think about it, though. Junior Motorsports is basically a satellite Hendrick team. So you got Coke on that side and Pepsi on the other.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. I don't get that one. Race 2, Ross Chastain gets a win. Chase Briscoe gets the Stage 2 and overall win, which is a common theme here in all 3 of these races so far. The Stage 2 winner won the overall race.
I noticed that when I was putting this together.
Yeah.
So Briscoe had to start in the rear for going to a backup car. He did lead 107 of 200 laps despite wrecking the day before. Apparently he texted his wife and said he was going to win before the race started.
Yep.
That's some good confidence.
So he called his shot just like Babe Ruth.
Yes.
The babe of racing. Chastain, Cindric, Jones, and Hemrick round out the top 5. So a good run for Daniel Hemrick for a change.
Though, and here's the thing about that car is it obviously is another junior car, but they keep switching drivers. Actually, the last couple doubleheaders, they've switched drivers between race 1 and race 2, so whoever was in the second race, mainly Hemrick, had to start at the back, and last time he got up to the front again, too. So
Right.
I think personally Hemrick should be in that car full time. Jeb Burton, he doesn't really do anything when he's behind the wheel.
Is he another one of Jeff's sons?
I think he's too safe.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, I think that's his.
Ward's kid?
Yeah, it's Ward's kid. That's.
So to speak on that, it's hard to get some consistency going. It's almost like running out a 2-quarterback system at times where, no guy really is named the starter, and it's hard to get in the seat and have success when you're not really in there every time. You don't
Right.
know if it's going to be you or the other guy getting
Yeah, I
the
mean,
chance.
how do you set the car up from one day to the next when
Right.
you have a completely different guy driving?
Mhm.
And I'm sure they're different in size and all that, so they have to design the seat differently and all that.
Absolutely.
But Cindric's worst finish in the last 8 races, which is impressive because it was a 3rd-place finish.
Surprise!
I mean, it's honestly going to come down to him and Briscoe for the championship, I would assume.
You're gonna go there? 'Cause last week you were
I'm just
you
gonna
wanted
say,
to crown Chastain in there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Briscoe's gonna win. So then no one should really even do anything about it.
Yeah. He's still 62 behind Cindric because he won, what was it, 5 of 6 races?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but none of that matters. I mean, granted, yes, he's gonna have
Playoff
more
points.
playoff points, but it all comes down to that last race.
So what I heard from Larry Mack today is basically, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but as far as the Cup Series goes, Harvick and Hamlin basically have enough playoff points to get to Phoenix right now. So they're pretty much a lock already.
You think so?
They both have close to 60 playoff points.
But, I mean, that's... Okay, so that gives you a one-race advantage if you think about it. So,
Well, those are playoff points still. I'm not talking race points.
yeah, but it's the same thing. Once you get to the playoffs, you just get a plus 60 to start the playoffs.
I'm trying to think here because Harvick got... How much did he get for winning the championship? 15?
He'll get 15 bonus for winning that, yeah.
And you get 5 for winning a race?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's a pretty comfortable cushion there he's got going on.
Yeah, he's got almost a race lead on anybody, basically, if you think about it.
Right.
Right.
So
And you have just the one restrictor plate race you'll have to worry about at Talladega. That's it as far as the playoffs go.
yeah, basically gives them the cushion there.
Right. So on to the Cup Series. They ran a doubleheader as well. Dryden 311 both days.
Wait, how do you say that?
Dryden.
No, 311.
Oh,
311.
there we go.
Still on that.
Still on that.
No surprise with either winner here of this race. Denny Hamlin wins the first, 6th of the year. So he got the 6 right when Harvick was sitting there as well. Truex, Kyle Busch with a good top 3 finish. Harvick and Chase Elliott round out the top 5.
Woo!
The news to me of this race was this next point here about Martin Truex Jr. complaining Eric Almirola held him up and allowed Denny Hamlin to win.
Hold on, Josh. I'm going to give you a little drum roll before you go on your tirade here.
Well, he was also bitching about somebody in the second race, too, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he? A teammate? They showed the in-car when I think he pulled up to Hamlin and he did one of these with his hand.
Yeah.
Like, come on, pull over and let me by. It's like, I don't know what he expects. Like, yeah, he's a good driver and all, but people just don't pull over and let you pass.
Right.
I mean, it's not how racing works. You got to earn the pass. And part of navigating through lap traffic is what makes racing racing.
Yeah.
So I have no problem with what Almirola did. Truex has been a whiner his whole career, basically, the way I look at it.
Yes. I mean, he's been showing it quite a bit, too. Well, I don't want to say just recently, but quite often he shows it, and it's, like you said, like that starts me off with the whole blocking.
Right.
Like,
I'll get
you're
ready.
not
You're
gonna
have
let
a
him-
lot this week.
Yeah, you're not going to pass.
Yeah, for
you're not
sure.
going to let somebody pass you for the win.
Right.
I mean, it's the same thing. Lap traffic, like you said, is the name of the game in some of these short track races.
And he's probably frustrated, too. I mean, he's finished third or better in, 8 straight races?
Something
Right.
like that. It's ridiculous at this point.
He had a 1 in 25 million chance of finishing third Sunday, and he finished second.
Should have bet on that one, Tim.
Yeah.
Imagine that payout. Put 20 on that. Get
Yeah.
Yeah.
a couple
Couple hundo.
hundo. Probably a couple hundo million.
Oh, yeah.
Rich said he's a great driver.
Well,
if he
we
was
knew
that
Rich
good-
was going to get mad.
If he was that good, you wouldn't have to complain about navigating through lap traffic. He would just be able to do it. So after the first race, the Joe's contest was I got 50 from Truex, which I'm done with him. Dale got 37 from Jimmy, who had a pretty good weekend. Eric Jones with 25 and Blaney with 23.
Why'd you not say my name for that Eric Jones?
Oh, Tim.
Oh, yeah, you
Tim. 50 points for a non-race winning car. I'll take that.
I'll take a Seacrest.
I'll take a secret.
We'll have to talk about the actual point situation with Daytona here in a little bit, but Jimmy was over 20 back going into this weekend, and he now goes to Daytona 4 back. But as we know, his restrictor plate races aren't always the greatest. So
Well, I mean, lately, he kind of has a hard time keeping the car going straight.
he might have had a race-winning car on Saturday, but I think he had a pit road penalty, right?
Yeah, he went from, 9th to 29th, because I think I texted you guys,
Yeah.
I went to the bathroom,
That's
came
right.
back, and I was like, what the hell happened to Jimmy? He's 29th now.
Yep. Yeah, and then he finished top 5 on Sunday as well. So Kevin Harvick wins every stage on Sunday in race 2, 7th win of the year, clinches the regular season
Surprise!
with 1 race to go. And then Truex, Johnson, Byron, and Alex Bowman getting a top 5 finish.
Yeah, Bowman
The
the showman.
So I heard Chad Knaus and Byron talking today, and they said their plan is to get all 4 Hendrick drivers in and get rid of the 21. That's their plan this Saturday.
Oh, yeah? I
Yeah.
can see that happening. So,
It's possible.
a.k.a., what do you have, Bowman take him out? Or
Right.
Maybe. He's locked in. Chase is locked in.
or that's when. Think about it though. Back in the day, with Michael Waltrip Racing with
Oh, yeah.
Truex and Clint Boyer.
Boyer spinning out.
And that's how Truex got in the chase, and they pulled him.
Yeah.
So, you get one of those Hendrick affiliation drivers, pay
Right.
them some money on the side, and
Yeah.
you never know.
That's why I think this race is going to be the most exciting of the year because you got so much on the line. It's a restrictor plate race, which is always exciting to begin with.
Yeah.
Normally we're watching Snooze Fest as the regular season closes out with Richmond and what was it last year? Was it somewhere else, I think? I forget. But it wasn't Daytona, I know that. So this is going to be...
Richmond, I think, was the
Was it Richmond
bubble.
last year?
Yeah. Richmond's been usually the bubble.
Right. Now this year, Richmond doubleheader in the playoffs, right? I think.
Yeah.
So after the second race, it was Dale leading the way with Jimmy with 39. I got 37 from Amarola. Pretty ironic I picked Truex and Amarola, considering they had the feud. Tim got 30 from Cole Custer, and not sure what was up with the fan pick this week, but 3 points from Quinn Hoof.
I think we should blame Jay for that one.
Jay and Johnny Glow.
Who flies matters.
Yeah.
Oh man, so that's going to set the fans back a little bit there with that pick. So you're going to have to make it up this week.
For sure. I mean, hey, we'll recap where the current standings are once we get down to our picks for next week.
As of right now, nobody's getting pied.
It's a little prelude.
All right, so let's hit the pits. Okay, so topic number 1. Is this season a failure for Jimmy Johnson if he does not make the chase, Tim?
Absolutely. I think Jimmy needs a win under his belt at least before going into the playoffs. I thought for sure that one of the Dover races, if not both, because everybody knows that Dover's one of his greatest tracks to run, but not anymore.
They still got 11 wins there. You can't take one of them away.
Yeah, but I mean, it's as in his final year of full-time driver. I think he needs a win somewhere, and he hasn't. Even the last couple times at Dover, he hasn't really shown anything great besides finishing third.
Yeah, third, and that was a pit road call to get him up there.
Right, taking two tires and a little bit of gas.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, hell, he kept it up there though. So
right, I
give him
mean,
some credit on
dare
that.
I say he was hitting the pits.
His last win was there in 2017.
All right, well, I am actually going to... I don't think it's a complete failure if he doesn't win and make the chase. Well, I mean, I should take that back. I don't...
What if he goes winless, too?
Yeah, I was going to say, he still could win. There's still 11 races at this point. If he goes winless, I still don't think it's a complete failure. Because you got to look back. He had the COVID incident where he missed the Brickyard, so he lost out on 60 points right there. Then he had a DQ. There's another 60 points. So obviously he didn't win either of those races. Most likely won it, but I can say I wouldn't go that far, but I'd give him at least plus 10 stage points. So I think he was in the 50s in that race. So yeah, 50. Give him say 20 or so from the Brickyard, like say middle of the pack.
Right.
Add that together, yeah, he's clinched. So it's just some unfortunate circumstances, and he even I hate to admit this, but I watched the Dale Jr. download this week. Yes, I did, and it was on before the race. That's the only reason why. But there was an interview on there, and basically Jimmy left the door wide open for not fully retiring, but saying, hey, I'm going to come back and do some select races.
Right.
So, there is that chance to come back and still do some stuff.
So I'm going to approach this question two different ways. First off, if he gets a win and doesn't make the playoffs, I'm going to say it's not a disappointment. But if he and misses the chase, then to me it's a disappointment. Yeah, I think he kind of sees the writing on the wall because they mentioned on the broadcast, somebody asked him, would you rather win a race or make the playoffs? And he said win a race because I think he knows if he makes the playoffs, he's going to be out immediately.
Probably round one, yeah.
I mean, nobody's going to be able to challenge Harvick or Hamlin, it looks like. So
I think he just wants to be in victory lane at least one more time somewhere,
right,
regardless of where it's at.
Yeah. I mean, it might be like a fuel mileage deal or something like that,
Right.
but we'll see what happens. We know anybody can win at Daytona this week, and then you got Talladega yet too. So, topic 2, Dale. I'll start with you. If Matty D misses the playoffs, has this 1-year contract been a failure for him?
I am going to guess and go because I completely. Now I know it's kind of going against a little bit of what I've said.
It is.
But I said he still had a decent year.
Right.
But missing the playoffs, I think, and seeing the way he's run probably the last 3 races, it's been pretty dismal.
Right.
But like you alluded to earlier, it's going to be an interesting to watch on Saturday night to see. Obviously, Penske's going to be pushing the shit out of him.
Sure.
So you got Logano, who's a really good super speedway racer. Keselowski's no slouch. Blaney's obviously always up there too. So I would take those 3 pushing me over the Hendrick drivers at this point.
I agree. I'm going to rev the engine on this as well. The interesting thing about Matty D that I brought up to you guys a couple weeks ago is the fact that the Wood brothers do have the 3 years option on him. So they could bring him back or they could cut ties with him. The only problem is if you bring him back, you're potentially losing out on Cindric. So
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know what's going to happen there, but there's no open rides at Penske right now. So the Wood brothers is really Cindric's only option for next season.
Right.
If he's going to stay there.
Right.
He
Right.
could very easily jump ship and go drive somewhere else, but being that his father is
Who he
Roger
is.
Penske's right-hand man, I
Right.
can't see that happening.
No.
What do you think, Tim?
And I'm gonna agree with you. I have. I mean, I've always said like I love Matty D. His personality's great. He has a great heart. He's a good driver.
You want to see him do well. He's an easy guy.
Yeah,
to root
you
for.
want to see him do well, but it's just I think he's got to lock himself in just to get himself maybe
Right.
a little more confident.
Yep.
But I mean, besides that, I think
We haven't
he
seen that
needs-
21 car in victory lane since
right
he,
since
that
you know how
was
many how
Harvick
long
at Pocono
right
when Blaney beat Harvick
Oh,
at
yeah.
Pocono.
right
Oh, I heard you say Harvick. I'm like, wait, when the hell did he drive that
Yeah.
car?
Yeah,
yesterday you didn't see it.
I was thinking Bain at first, too.
but we saw Matty D do really well at Bristol in the 95 last year, and
Mhm.
I think when he got the 21, we're all thinking, okay, this is finally
Good ride. Here
I
we
picked
go.
him.
he's going to get over the hill here and get a win, and here we are, almost soon to be 26 races in, and he's still not gotten there.
Mhm.
So
No, the only thing is this year has been the one thing that stands out to me too about this year is, it's the COVID year, obviously. So there's no practice, no nothing. You're
Right.
with a new team. It's kind of hard to mesh and find that flow.
It is, yeah.
But they started out really good. But then again, that was prior to not having practices and all that kind of stuff.
But I
too.
mean,
Right.
at the same time, in the same organization, Keselowski's got 3 wins with Jeremy Bullins.
Yeah, but he's still been there, and I mean, Bolins has been in those meetings every week with them
Yeah.
and everything.
Bones
like
is
that, so-
garbage.
Were you guys surprised to see Monster on the hood of Matty D's car? This
Yeah,
past
that was a little
weekend?
weird, wasn't
I
it?
wasn't expecting
weird.
that.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had Monster on the hood.
Yeah, it was weird.
I thought that was a Kurt Busch special, but apparently not. All right, topic 3. Noah Gragson announced that he's going to sign with JR Motorsports for the 2021 season. Do you think this was the right move? I'm going to say rev the engine on this. We all said basically he's not ready for Cup yet. He's immature. He's got an attitude problem.
Oh yeah,
If he doesn't wise up, he
to
might
say
be
the least.
out of the whole picture altogether. So,
Right.
Daddy's money,
yep,
Mhm.
that's exactly what it is.
Daddy's money.
but he doesn't have his mama's good looks.
No,
So what do you think, Tim?
I'm gonna agree. Absolutely. I mean, Jr. is obviously quality stuff, but he's
It's
definitely not
Hendrick.
ready to come up. Oh yeah, well yeah. JR Motorsports, I know.
And he
But I
does
mean-
only have 2 wins on the season.
I
mean,
think he needs to stay down
Yeah,
maybe another year, maybe 2. Then he stays down a year. He might be the dominant guy next year
right.
because you have guys moving up into the Cup and
And I say only 2 wins because the top 2 guys have 11. So he's
Right.
he's got to stay in there and get more wins and prove himself again.
Right,
I think
right.
to move up.
Unfortunately, I'm going to agree with you guys here. So back to back, all 3 of us agreed.
all right.
I mean, Gregson to me, does he have some talent? Yes, but he's still too far out there. What we're knocking him for is the same thing that we praise Tony Stewart for too, though. If you think about it, like his no nonsense attitude.
Oh, yeah.
But to me, Gregson just doesn't have the skill at this point to have that attitude.
Right.
and I think that might hurt him in his career if he keeps doing those kind of things.
Yeah, for sure. Dale, I'll have to start with you on this one, but Kyle Larson makes his debut 2 hours away in the late model dirt race. He races tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday. Do you think he gets all 3 victories?
Now, all 3's a stretch, but I am going to rev the engine. I'm going to say he's going to at least get one of these. Now, this is the first time him running these cars, too. So,
Oh, is it really?
yeah, dirt late models is basically like a street stock on dirt.
Okay.
If you think about it. Well,
But he's ran dirt before, though, right?
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got how many
exactly.
wins, but
Yeah.
it's a completely different car. It's not a sprint car. It's almost like a stock car body
Okay.
on these cars. A little bit different, but think of it more like that than your small sprints. I mean, hell, he went to, I forget where it was, maybe like Indy Fairgrounds last week and won a wingless sprint car race, too.
Oh, I
So,
did see. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw
that was one of the first times he's done that, and I don't know. I just think he gets a victory. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go to any of these races.
Yeah.
So,
Where is this at?
Port Royal
Yeah.
Speedway.
That one, out by, it's in Harrisburg or by Harrisburg, I believe?
Right outside of Harrisburg. I forget the name of the city it's at, but
Yeah. I follow him actually on Facebook and Instagram and everything.
yeah, and I'm just going to plug it out there. ShopKyleLarson.com just released some new merchandise. So
Oh, wow.
it's got
Ooh.
dirt late model shirts.
Merch drop.
There's a shotgun cutie shirt with his wife shotgunning a beer on it.
Oh, yeah.
So he's not running any sprint cars this weekend?
No, strictly the dirt late models. And it's a huge purse. I want to say it's like 250 grand or 150 grand, something ridiculous, where
Wow.
one race is 25, another's 25, and another's 50 to win it.
Wow.
So
Damn.
get a pretty big payday.
Yeah, I'm going to rev the engine on this as well. I think he gets at least one win, but I'm going to go bold and say he wins 2 out of 3.
I'm gonna
Now, here we go again. I'll
Nice.
definitely agree. He's definitely going to get a win. I was actually telling Laura about it that, I said, hey, as soon as you texted us and said that he was coming to Port Royal, I said, hey, want to take a trip, get a hotel for the night? Just to, go Saturday night into Sunday or Friday into Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's strictly about racing. Strictly about racing.
It'd be racing in there too.
Yeah.
You gonna drink that bush? Oh no,
Christ.
I don't want a bush. Where the hell did I get that?
Don't drink the
I
nectar.
didn't know you stuck those in there.
Nectar of the gods. It's my cooler.
I mean, the guy's talent's undeniable for sure, but to me, the most interesting thing will be if he gets that cup ride next year.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, so, Tony.
Basically, he's saying that they need to give him a second chance, and NASCAR needs to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Basically saying, hey, give the guy a ride. Well,
Right.
not a ride, but clear him, and I'll give the guy a ride.
Right.
And Ford's come out and said those remarks that they don't care about the media aspect of it. They want the right driver for the car. So to me,
It's the media.
well, to me that means we don't care about the bullshit with him. He did his penance.
He
and
paid his time.
Paid his time.
Right.
Won everything out there basically since then that he's gotten to, and I don't know.
I just turned that up a little bit because I noticed my volumes are still a little
Yeah.
low in there.
Yeah, that's really buzzing.
It is.
It's a buzzer.
Well, here, turn that down, and I got another special thing for you.
Ooh, special.
Turn this down.
Special Fred. Mama dropped him on his head.
How's that now?
It's still too low, I
Too
think.
low.
Yeah.
How about now?
I don't know. I think we got to crank up that volume on the black box.
Crank it up.
Yeah, I'm hitting like 30. And it should be way higher than that.
Well, your mic's a lot lower than your mouth is.
Yeah,
right
that's
up
true.
against it.
You're up against the pop filter, but not the mic. On the pop filter.
All right. Anybody got questions?
I should be able to talk way back here anyway, but that's...
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
We need a sound
Well,
guy.
Rich did say he wanted to discuss football.
Yeah, let's
All
get
right,
it.
well, here, hold up.
So, the have fantasy drafts coming up,
What's your fantasy?
What's your fantasy?
as we do next weekend. So, be interesting to see who everybody gets there. But I don't know. David Montgomery from the Bears apparently avoided a scare. It looked like he got carted off with a season-ending injury. But Dale, you said what, 2 to 4 weeks?
2 to 4 weeks. No, basically guarantee that he'll be back for week 1, but they
Right.
said it's a possibility.
I mean, believe it or not, the season starts 2 weeks tonight. Kansas City and Houston.
I don't believe that.
It's true. That should be a hell of a game. That's a rematch of last year's AFC divisional game.
Could be the best game of the year.
Could be. I doubt it, but it could be.
I don't know why, because it doesn't involve the Cowboys.
Well, Rich wanted us to make preseason Super Bowl picks.
Okay,
And
we can do this.
I'm just going to say, first off, that I think the Chiefs repeat. And I think they beat the Saints.
Loser.
I would really like to see the Saints go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Probably Drew Brees' last season.
That's why I think the Saints should win. We got Jeter looking in at us.
So what would your pick be there, Tim?
I think the team to beat is Kansas City.
It's got to be.
I mean, I would like to see, like I said, I'd like to see Drew Brees, get one on his way out. But
Yeah. I think when you look at the landscape of the NFC, it's pretty wide open. I don't think, to me, there's no clear-cut favorite.
no, and that's the good thing about it. But it's also, this is going to be a very weird year.
It is.
Yes, it
There's
is.
going to be a lot of
There was no off-season
interruptions,
activity,
if you want to say.
probably.
So, and a lot of postponements and
Right.
cancellations and people not wanting to play. And
Right. The Chiefs did have a key lineman opt out for the season, too.
Mhm.
So that could
And
play
their
a
starting
factor.
running back, Damian Williams.
Right.
I mean,
So-
that's a big factor with people playing fantasies, and like you got to be on the ball on that one, so you don't, because who knows if they take them out. I don't know if they take them out of fantasies
Right.
if they opt out.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you,
Yeah, they're done.
I mean, the only
deadline
fantasies
passed.
they're in are like their girlfriends at that point because
Oh,
they
true.
can't play a game and get any points for you.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, the easy pick would have been Tampa Bay, but I don't know. I just feel like there's too many cooks in the kitchen there with that one.
I was in my mind saying Tampa Bay, but if
That's
I
too
see
easy.
Tom Brady win one more, I'm gonna never watch it ever again.
So are you gonna back Josh's pick there with Kansas City and the Saints?
I would like to see that. Yeah, I would like to see the Saints. I think it would be nice to see that.
I mean, all bias aside, I could safely say that, at least on paper, the Cowboys are one of the best teams in the NFC, but we've seen this before. And,
What?
Yeah, and the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl.
No,
Yeah.
that's not happening. Cowboys are on paper one of the best teams in the NFC, but
We hear this every year, though. I mean, Dallas Cowboys, best team, one of the best teams.
I know.
And
That's why I'm saying they're not going to the Super Bowl, because we've seen it before. My only hope is that Jason Garrett was holding them back that much that McCarthy's going to be the difference maker, but we'll see.
all right, so I am going to stick with this trend. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not agreeing
Yeah,
with you
let's
guys
let's
on
keep
this.
it green all day.
I'm gonna do what I normally do and kind of go off the wall with these kind of things.
Washington.
No, it's definitely not going to be the Washington football team. I am going to go with Tampa Bay. Obviously, that's not off the wall, but
know.
I think it is an interesting pick because I don't really think Gronk's going to do that
No,
great.
he's not gonna do much.
Brady, though, with those weapons, it's really the first time since having Randy Moss that he's got so many weapons that he can actually throw to. Obviously, you had Edelman, Amendola, but they're not those same type of. They're the same slot kind of guy. They're
Wes
not that.
Welker.
Yeah, they're not that go deep and
Right.
beat everybody like
They're the
Godwin.
5-yard out, and
Yeah,
And the ironic thing is, the year he had Randy Moss, they didn't win the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
He had
Yeah.
his best receiving core
Uh-huh.
and wasn't good enough.
but so I'm gonna go a little out there on the AFC side, and this team's really not being talked about too much.
Oh, God.
the Steelers.
No, I'm gonna go Indianapolis.
Oh, Phillip Rivers.
I think Rivers is gonna do good.
Yeah.
They got a good running back, a couple good running backs actually.
They do.
Their defense was better than everybody expected last year.
Right.
I don't know. There's something about that team that I think with Rivers that they can be a lot better.
And they were dealt a shit hand last year. I mean, let's not forget, it was a year ago this week that Andrew Luck said he's retiring.
Yeah,
Out of
exactly.
nowhere.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just walked off the field.
And they still had a pretty decent season, but obviously they're not sold on Who the hell is that guy they had playing quarterback last year?
Oh shit.
I can't even remember his name. It will come to me. But
Jacoby, it wasn't Jacoby Brisket, was it?
I think it was Jacoby Brissett, yeah. And they gave him a pretty decent contract too.
They did. Cause
I was thinking, who the hell is Brisket?
Still got
you know
T.Y.
me.
Hilton
I
there.
come up with these
Yeah, I
names
know.
for everybody, so it's just my thing. But no, I don't know. There's something about that team that I think they can do a little bit of a silent playoff run.
Yeah.
Division's not that tough.
You're going to have to get a new ring.
Oh yeah, I need one that says football team.
Rich wants to know, by the way, is there any intel on what the Redskins' new name is going to be?
No, nothing at this point.
So
But
for I would say for the entire year, they'll probably just be the football team.
I'll bet it comes out at some point, probably like mid-season, just so that way they can get the merchandise rolling and selling and people buying into that stuff. But yeah, they're not going to change the uniforms or anything mid-year or anything like that.
Right. So his rationale is the Patriots won for 9/11, New Orleans won for Katrina, and he thinks Washington's going to win for the name change thing.
That's a stretch.
I mean, if
I
anything,
think that's a stretch.
Washington's going to win for Trump. That's about it.
Yeah.
Did you guys see where Nebraska's suing the Big Ten because they won't let them play football?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I did not see that.
Their coach came out and said they're willing to switch conferences or whatever it takes to play.
Yeah, because Big Ten's not playing, right? Yeah, Big Ten's not playing.
Pac-12.
All of Ohio is all school sports are playing except for football, right?
That doesn't make sense, yeah.
Yeah, at all.
You're right. Same thing here.
Well, I mean, it's what's like almost 8 o'clock, and Ohio State still sucks.
Right.
So.
Well, to elaborate on Rich's post there, too, you had the Patriots win 9/11, Katrina with New Orleans. Can't forget Steelers winning when Jerome Bettis was retiring.
Oh,
Well, I mean, that's because they were the best
The
team.
bus stops
Yeah.
here in Detroit
Uh-huh.
yet.
They were the best team.
They won that Super Bowl in his hometown.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So-
There are some shady.
It was the best. They were the best.
There was some bad calls in that game, too, I remember, that went the Steelers' way.
Mm.
Because they didn't play that good of a game. Roethlisberger's numbers were
were
He's one
amazing.
of those people that I personally think Roethlisberger is one of the most overrated quarterbacks there are.
yeah. And to me, he's done. I don't think we haven't seen a quarterback come back from Tommy John surgery before, so this is like unprecedented.
I think he's going to do decent at least. I think he'll do all right.
Yeah.
I've heard
We'll
some
find him in the
people say he's
bathroom.
a shoo-in for comeback player of the year, but I have to see it first.
Yeah, I would
Well,
have
who
to see
else is
that.
coming back? I mean,
I don't know.
Rob Gronkowski.
yeah, there we go. But I mean, usually that goes to somebody that came back due to an injury, not
Yeah.
due to I want to
Well,
drink a lot.
Well, yeah, Rob's very injured in the head.
Yeah. And Tampa Bay's got a crowded tight end room there, too, with O.J. Howard and
Mm-hmm.
Cameron Brate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, think about it though. When they were in the prime of their Patriots days, it was Gronk and
Hernandez.
R.I.P.
Yep. I don't know if there's been a bigger fall from grace in sports than that one.
Yeah, I mean, he fell so far, he's 6 feet under.
He got paid right before that all came out. All right, fans, any other questions before we move on to Daytona?
Daytona.
So I got some
God damn.
I got some clinching scenarios here, but first the bubble picture. Matty D's down to 9 points after his horrendous weekend at Dover. Byron's got 4 points. Johnson's 4 back. Eric Jones is 50 back. And can someone else outside the top 16 creep in, like maybe Reddick or...
Because you only need a win, right?
Yeah, win and be in the top 30 in
And
points.
what better way to win than at Daytona?
So you know who's got a solid shot to make the playoffs this week, in my opinion?
The driver that I'm going to pick.
13 car, Ty Dillon.
Oh. I wonder who Josh is taking.
I'm just saying he's got a good shot to make the playoffs. So
Does he even have a top 5 at Daytona?
he runs good.
I mean,
there.
don't get me wrong, he does run good, and honestly, he's ran pretty well, even all things considered, with that car this year.
right, basically
But-
satellite RCR car
But far on that satellite, not like
in a different universe.
not like Richard Petty with Bubba and that. But,
Right.
Another one that comes to mind to me that could win this weekend, John Hunter Nemechek. He's
Yeah.
ran really good in these restrictor plates.
the guy with the mullet that you're probably gonna pick.
No, I don't
Best
know if
restrictor
we,
plate racer there is today.
I don't know
Besides
if we
Keselowski.
touched on this the other day, or like in text message. I probably wasn't paying attention, but Bubba Wallace and Denny Hamlin to purchase RPM, Richard Petty.
That's
Motorsports.
official?
Stake.
Oh,
Team to switch to Toyota.
Really? Where'd you see that?
Breaking news now.
That's a screenshot. That's not a.
Oh,
Bubba Wallace and Denny Hamlin to purchase
What, do you
RPM.
think I don't know how to read?
You never know.
I read it the right way. God damn.
Tim read it backwards. It's actually
Yeah, I
it's
read it
Kyle
backwards.
Busch.
Yeah.
No, they did say there was a big name driver in talks with him. Remember that?
Yeah.
For once, I found something before Dale. This is.
You know what though?
Is this,
Well,
how
you know
you, is this how you feel all the time?
What?
Speaking of Toyota,
Like how I feel right now? You don't know something?
Maybe. I don't know.
Speaking of Toyota, they had Joe Gibbs on a few weeks ago. I was listening to him on one of the NASCAR shows, and they asked him about the whole Levine family racing thing, and the question was brought up of, does it take more money to run as a Joe Gibbs satellite car than it does everywhere else? Because this is now 2 times that a satellite Gibbs car, going back to Barney Visser with Furniture Row,
Yeah.
and now the 95
killing
with
everybody.
Levine. So the question was brought up, does it cost too much money to drive a satellite Gibbs car? And he basically shot it down and said, Bob's a good guy and he's owned the company for a while and he just felt like now's the right time to get out and all this. But I'm thinking, you know what? It's actually probably true, honestly.
Yeah.
Because Gibbs is the premier team in the business, I would say. Even though there's very few Toyotas on the track week in and week out.
Yeah. I can agree with
So,
that.
all right. Well, I'm reading a little bit up on this here. Says there were initial rumors with Michael Jordan as well being a part of that.
Oh, really?
Denny
Wow.
Hamlin. Denny Hamlin's obviously sponsored by Jordan.
Well, you see where that comes from.
And he plays basketball with him and stuff, too.
Yeah.
That's how he actually hurt his ankle at one time. But they said that is now been proven false. Jordan's not going to be involved due to has been proven false as stated by Bob Pock at Rass.
Pockgrass.
Who's always wrong anyway most of the time until he goes back and redacts everything and says it again.
Yeah.
But it says under the new look team will be competing under the affiliation with Joe Gibbs. Also expanded 2 cars, and Juniors Motorsports Daniel Hemrick is the leading candidate for that second car.
Bring him back in.
Now here's one interesting take. NASCAR's current rules prohibit a driver from racing for another team and owning stake in another. So Wallace has been mulling over the 42. But how would that work, though, if Hamlin is a part owner and running for... Well, then, wait, that doesn't make sense, unless they change that since Dale Earnhardt Inc.
Well, if they switch to Toyota, maybe that's the loophole.
Maybe because of an affiliation with Gibbs.
There was another thing I wanted to bring up, too.
What do you think about that, Dale? Though, about the
Well, actually, it's funny. I just went down a little bit. It says,
Oh, did he?
however, an example on that exception to that rule is Dale Earnhardt, who was able to race for Richard Childress Racing while having a major ownership in Dale Earnhardt Incorporated.
True.
But it says the current rule was not in place at that time.
Oh.
Then why the hell would you say that?
Here's an example, but things weren't the same then. So, but what do you think about like I said, 2 teams in a row now that have been affiliated with Gibbs that have been ran out of the business?
It's interesting. Both teams, though, I think were never really well off to begin with. So,
Well, Truex won the championship in the '78.
That's where I
yeah, but that
liked him the most at.
wasn't that right when they were affiliated, or was that right before?
Well, yeah, because it was Chevy at one time.
No, I don't think they were affiliated with Gibbs then at that point, because Gibbs would have been Toyota at that point when he won that.
Well, when he won it, I think it was Toyota. But I know they were Chevy for a little bit before that.
They were with Kurt Busch,
Right.
And when Busch got that win,
Yeah.
and then I think that's when that alliance started the next year.
Right.
But
It just seems too coincidental that 2 teams get ran off the grid by the same affiliate,
it is. I mean, those
and you could kind of see it happening.
fly by the seat teams, though, they're
Right.
here one day, gone the next, and they're all trying to. Those charters are worth a ton of money, so that's
Like
where their
look
money
at Front
is.
Row Motorsports. I mean, they've been around forever as a satellite Roush team.
Right.
And
Probably better than Roush at this.
right, JTG being a satellite RCR team.
I actually like Truex a lot more when he was in the 78.
I know he was more humble
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Now he's a cocky, whiny little bitch.
Bastard.
But
What?
couple clinching scenarios I wanted to run past you guys here. So Clint Boyer could actually clinch
Clinching
in
right here.
stage 1
Really?
Saturday night.
Oh, damn.
So this is
my boy Clint.
This is only if there's a new winner, which means somebody that hasn't won a race yet this year.
Means Ricky Stenhouse wins.
So Clint
Yeah,
Boyer
right.
would clinch with 3 points. So like I said, he could clinch at the end of stage 1. Matty D needs 51 to clinch. Byron could only clinch with help, and same with Jimmy. So they're kind of.
Well, how does that work with help?
Well, Jimmy's below the.
He's below the
Jimmy's cut
yeah.
line.
He's below
Jimmy's
the cut
below
line.
the cut, and Byron's only got 4.
So he would need.
The most you can get in a race is 60.
Right.
So Matty D is already 9 ahead. So if Matty D's scoring points, there's no number that William Byron can get to give him
Got you.
enough to
Right.
Got ya.
beat him.
Now, if there's a repeat winner, Clint Boyer clinches regardless. He's high enough up.
That's good.
Matty D would clinch with 47. Byron would clinch with 52. Jimmy could only clinch with help, and so could Eric Jones. Now,
Okay.
the list of guys that can clinch with a win. Clint Boyer, Matty D, William Byron, Jimmy Johnson, Eric Jones, Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, Chris Buescher, Bubba Wallace, Ricky Stenhouse, Michael McDowell, Ryan Newman, John Hunter Nemechek, Ty Dillon, Matt Kenseth, Corey LaJoy, and Ryan Priest.
Why don't you just
Can-
go with who can't?
Can you repeat that for me?
Yeah, can you repeat
Oh,
that
wait,
quick?
wait. I know who can't. Quinn Hoof.
And,
Kyle Larson.
believe it or not, this driver could clinch with a win and some help getting into the top 30.
Alex Bowman.
Daniel Suarez.
Jesus.
That's
Now
how
we're getting
crazy
a little
Saturday
crazy.
night's going to be.
It's gonna be fun.
Because I guarantee you, if he doesn't wreck, he'll finish on the lead
Oh yeah.
lap.
Yep.
Who, Suarez?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
He's not bad there. He's not too bad. I
So
mean,
why don't you pick him this week, Tim? put your pick where your
well,
mouth is.
here's the thing. I'm picking last anyways,
Yeah.
right? Am I
Yeah.
picking last again?
Yeah, you are.
Well, the fans technically, but
Well,
Yeah.
out of the three of us.
out of the three of us, because I'm catching up though.
And that's courtesy
Yeah,
of
you are.
jski.com, so I can't take credit for that.
But you could.
I
We're
will.
okay with it.
All right.
So interesting thing about J-Ski, ESPN bought them at one point, and then J-Ski
yeah.
basically bought himself out, or they finally said no, we're gonna part
Right.
ways. Because honestly, the site went to crap for probably 3 or 4 years there when it was under ESPN.
Of course it
and
did.
now it's back to being good again.
Right.
Make J-Ski great.
I was just gonna say the same thing. The exact same thing.
I'm telling you, man, Saturday is going to be one of the craziest races
It's
you've
gonna be
ever
fun
seen. I'm calling
because
it
that's
now.
what a 7:00 start, right?
It'll be dark probably, so 7:30, 8 o'clock.
What are we doing for that?
That's a good question. I think it's going to rain all day here. Hopefully not there.
So we got tents.
All right, so to update the Average Joe's contest, Tim is leading the way, of course, with 769. I'm second at 728. Dale is third at 686, and the fans via the Quinn Hoof pick, 670.
Loser.
I'm not going to go through the lists of drivers that we can't use, but me and Tim have the same amount, 7 drivers we can't use.
My list is pretty short though.
It is. You got 5.
Yeah.
I think we already know who Dale's picking.
Yeah, we know what Dale's picking.
The mullet man himself,
Boom, boom, boom.
47
Recky
of Ricky
Stenhouse Jr.
Recky Stenhouse.
It's gonna be parking on the truck early or top 5. So I'll take it. Even though he's starting, I think 31st or something like that.
Probably.
Yeah, because he was wrecked early in that
Yeah.
race on Sunday.
But as we know, 31st at Daytona is probably like 3 seconds behind. So
Right.
He'll be. I'm going to call it right here. By lap 5, he is in the top 10. So let's see.
Really?
Let's see what happens there. Yeah, by lap 5, Ricky Stenhouse the top
he
10.
does like to drive quite aggressively at the plate tracks.
Absolutely.
We're going to be saying 5 laps in. Holy shit, there's Ricky weaving in and out of traffic already. I was back and forth all week about who I was going to pick for this. At first, it was going to be McDowell, who was having a great run at Talladega till he got taken out. Definitely not using a premier guy, that's for sure. But I'm going to go with the guy that needs a win to get in. He won this very race 2 years ago,
No.
taking Eric Jones.
Oh.
I was going to say, you can't take him anyway.
No. I thought at first. Never mind.
I'm surprised by that. I really thought you were going to go somewhere else.
I
But
think
I'm not
it'll
going to
be-
say
I think it's a good pick.
who I
Yeah.
think you were going to pick because I don't want Tim to be swayed.
I'm
I
not
mean,
swayed. I got it
you
in
know-
my head already.
You know what track they're racing at this week, right?
No.
Okay.
Daytona Road
Talladega.
Course,
It's
right?
not
They-
Talladega.
Daytona Road Course,
It's
right?
not Watkins Glen.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
You're never going to live that
I
one
s-
down.
hey, you guys can bust my nuts about it all day long because guess who won that race?
I know.
My driver.
And if it was at the Roval or Watkins Glen,
He probably would've won there,
anyway.
too.
Yeah,
Right.
probably.
He's a,
Until
he's a-
next year when Cindric's in that 21.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see.
The good news is Tim can't use Chase Elliott again for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't need him. I used him up on purpose. let you guys touch them.
Just like Jimmy Johnson, Clint Boyer, Kyle Busch, Alex Bowman.
No,
Martin
go through the rest.
Truex,
Yeah, there you go. Okay, you got one more.
Eric Jones.
There you go.
I could potentially catch Tim this week. I'm only 41 back.
We'll see. We'll see.
I need you to get a 1 or 0 point day.
I've already had 2 of them.
I
Out of the whole
need
season.
another one.
You want another one?
Yeah.
All right.
Like, look at my list of drivers I can't use. It's pretty distinguished.
Mine's pretty lackluster, actually.
Besides
They're
Hamlin, yeah.
pretty high up guys there.
Oh,
Not you, Josh.
well, that's what Josh is saying. He's got pretty.
Oh, I thought you said
big
high
names.
up guys.
No, my list is distinguished of
Yeah.
drivers I can't use. It's I have
Kevin Harvick, Blaney, Bush, Kyle Busch, or
have-
Kurt Busch.
I have one more with Denny. That's kind of my ace in the hole.
Kyle, yeah, you got both Bushes.
No, you got
going.
both Bushes. That's right.
Truex. Ooh,
I didn't know you liked Bush.
I'm gonna be picking like Ryan Newman and Ryan Preece at the end.
he
here.
wouldn't be a bad pick this week.
I know. The fix is in if he wins.
Uh-oh, I see that smirk. Did I just say Luigi's pick?
Tim must have been on the phone with NASCAR again.
I emailed them.
Hey guys, I need some help this week. Can you get
It would
Ryan
be
Newman and
something
Victor?
from Medical Center to Victory Lane.
Well, with everything going on, you think I would have taken Bubba Wallace.
That's
but
why I said the fix is in if he wins.
yeah, I'm not
Well,
doing
Bubba
that.
Wallace is boycotting the race on Sunday.
Yeah,
so.
most likely.
No, he
That's
isn't.
fine. He could boycott it. He wouldn't win anyways.
All right, so back to all.
Back at the ranch. I was between 2 drivers, just like Josh.
So was I, but
But you did say the one who I was thinking about.
Ty Dillon.
Nope.
I'm surprised you didn't go there.
Dale
Thought
said
about it.
Dale said the one.
Ryan Newman.
And then, because you know
Rocket
how much
Man.
of a greatest comeback would that be to win the race you almost died at,
Or maybe he'll be petrified and hang out in the back the whole race.
which is a good strategy. It's a
Like,
great strategy.
The whole
I
race,
hate
including
The
that
the last
whole
lap.
entire race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that strategy.
Yeah. No, that's
Well, you know the
garbage.
guys that have won a race are going to probably do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or they're going to be pushing.
Well, they don't. They're if anybody that's in a playoff already, they already know to hang back and not kill themselves.
Yeah. Well, honestly, a guy that might do it would be like Matty D or Byron. Those might be the guys that do it. Or Jimmy.
I see Jimmy starting like pushing to the back or losing,
See,
failing inspection or something or whatever.
Clint Boyer.
I see.
And going to the back.
I see the exact opposite with them. Now Boyer, I could see going to the back because he's got a 50-point lead. But
Right.
someone like Byron and Johnson, there's a 4-point swing there. You need those stage points. You're giving up 20 possible points. Those 20 points are huge.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see.
But let's
because
stop putting these ideas in Tim's head before Tim makes his
No,
pick.
continue.
Everybody's
continue.
going to wreck except the 20
Continue.
So Tim, who's it going to be? Hold on.
Relations of Ty Dillon.
Oh, nice.
Going with Mr. Austin Dillon.
Oh, Austin.
Yeah, relations of.
Ace is high.
I missed the relations part.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
All right.
Public relations.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having relations with Austin Dillon's wife.
You're married, sir.
Everybody gets that free pass.
So
right?
is she.
Hall pass.
She's married too.
So, all right, I'm going to throw this
To
out
who?
here. I'm going to throw this out here. How the hell did you not pick William Byron? He won there at
I'm saving him.
Daytona, and the whatever you want to call them, the duels, because I can't forget.
I have a bad taste in my mouth after I picked him to win 3 races, and he hasn't even sniffed a win so far this year.
Yeah, but he finished what 4th at Dover last week
He did have a good
on
run.
Sunday,
Yeah,
and
his best
4
finish of the year.
points up on the cusp line. So he's going to be going because I was between Byron and Stenhouse.
Until I see that 24 car in Victory Lane again, I'm not going to believe it. That's where
Well,
I'm at.
you only have
That's
11
rough.
more times to believe it
That's
this year.
rough.
So
That's rough.
What if he does win those 3? Like, what if his 3 are in the playoffs, and he wins the whole thing?
well, he's got to make it there.
0 to hero.
0 to hero. In no time.
So realistically, when we look at the bottom of this points picture here, who do you see making it and not making it?
Well, because I'm going to say Ricky Stenhouse wins and makes it that way.
Are you being serious?
I am.
Okay.
Why
So
not?
then that bumps out Byron.
That bumps out Byron, but I think Byron points his way in, and Matty D falls out.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you think, Tim? Yeah, I need the charger.
We're dying here, people.
We dying.
What was the question?
So the bottom 4 here, I guess, if you will, you got Matty D and Byron are +9 and 4 respectively. And then Jimmy's 4 out. Eric Jones is 50 out. Who do you see making it and missing it? The playoffs.
After Daytona.
So let's assume Boyer's clinch because he only needs 3 points in stage 1 to clinch.
Okay.
Boyer's not going to
Boyer's in.
make it.
So who's in after that between Matty D, Byron Johnson, and Jones? Or could somebody farther back win the race and throw it all out of whack? I mean, nobody thought Cole Custer was going to win.
I think these are the top guys that are going to make. One of them is going to at least.
One of those three will if somebody wins from 16th or worse.
Or worse, yeah.
So
on Saturday
on
at
Saturday,
Daytona,
yep.
right?
Correct.
Or two of them make it if nobody outside the top 16 wins.
Right. If there's no new winner, 2 of those guys will make it.
Yeah, so I think somebody's going to win outside the top 16 because obviously I'm picking Ricky Stenhouse.
I could see Tyler Reddick winning.
I don't know.
He was actually in my mind
I could
at
see
one
that.
point about picking him for this race.
Yeah.
One, because I can use him because I haven't used him yet at all, just
Right.
to try
I
it
haven't
out.
either. Dale used them up, right?
Oh wait, Tim, you're going to use up Austin Dillon here. You actually picked him before.
Yeah.
Wow, that's going to really hurt him.
Yeah. Damn.
Can't use him at Talladega. Shit.
And no, I only used Reddick once.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Is that when he finished second? Let his foot off the gas too early?
Uh-huh. Yeah, he thought it was the last lap, and I don't know where I pulled that pick out of my ass personally, but
Well, anyway, I think William Byron will push front.
Well, if my dreams come to fruition on Saturday, Eric Jones gets to win, and he's in.
Right.
And I'm going to say Jimmy Johnson makes it.
You think so?
I kind of want to see it.
and Josh,
Of course, I would like to see it.
Eric Jones is another driver that you've now used up.
Used him up.
Yeah, let's use them all up.
So the only Gibbs guy I have left is one use with Hamlin.
Guys, I'm liking my situation here more and more every
keep
week.
liking it, bruh.
The problem is you keep getting farther and farther back.
No, I've gained the last 2 weeks.
All right, so you're about 80
gained
points
weight,
behind
maybe.
Tim.
I was like 110 or something behind Tim at one point, like 3
Yeah.
or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, you're 73 behind Tim, or 83 behind Tim, and you're about 42 behind me.
Yeah, so I'm
Hey, as
getting
long
up
as you
there.
finished ahead of the fans, it's just bragging rights at that point.
Exactly. I mean,
So how about Greg Biffle? He's going to run for GMS at Darlington.
That'll be fun.
Oh, yeah. He'll probably win.
I'm actually surprised by that though.
Is that who he drove for the last time when he won?
No, he drove for Bush.
Oh, okay.
So that's surprising to see him in a GMS truck and not a KBM.
And who normally drives that 24?
That's like a
Whoever.
special, like
That's the one
that's
Chase
the
drove?
one Chase drove.
Okay.
Some other guys like I think Chastain. No, Chastain's been in the 44. I forget who else has been in that, but it's more of like a specialty truck where they bring in somebody.
I always liked Biffle.
The Biff.
I thought
can't
he
go
was
wrong.
kind of exiled from Cup too soon.
Yeah, but he kind of went out on his own, like terms, because I don't think he wanted to go to a lesser team and
Right.
be one of these like field filler guys. Like as much as I hate to say it, the fans, you can see our new decoration here. My favorite driver of all time, Bobby Labonte.
Is that a pit road sign?
It is. It's one of the pit road signs. I got that at Dover, ironically, one year. But Bobby's one of those people that unfortunately went to those lower rides and just
Yeah. Kind
sucked.
of ruined his legacy.
Yeah.
But what about, so once Biffle left, that 16 car was gone, right? Or did somebody else drive it? I
Mm-mm.
can't remember. Trevor Bain?
I think Trevor Bain did drive the 16 before the 6. Or there was definitely was somebody else.
See, there's another example of anybody can win at Daytona. Trevor Bain's only win. I mean,
He was a rookie.
yeah,
And that was only a limited schedule kind of thing,
it
too.
was, yeah. So he didn't even qualify for the playoffs.
Playoffs.
Here, I'm going to look it up. Last driver to drive the 16.
I'm telling you, might have been Biffle. What do you think about Biffle running at Darlington there, Tim?
I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see him
Yeah.
get in the car again.
I mean, as we saw before,
You
he
are
could
right.
hop right in there and win a race.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could still be a contender, you know?
He still looks fairly young, too. I would imagine he's in his 40s.
I was
but
going to say, how old is he?
I don't know. Let's check him out quick.
Who?
The
You
Biff.
know what, though?
John Bon Jovi. Who do you think we're talking about?
Kind of looks like Bon Jovi.
I don't know why I said jump. I don't know why I said that though. Is
And talk about a
Whoa,
hell of
here's
a
something
place to just
crazy.
step in and run a race,
Did
Darlington.
you know Trevor Bain has multiple sclerosis?
Really?
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Is that like something new that just came out?
No, that's from 2013.
Wow.
multiple sclerosis has been around for a long time, Josh.
Said his illness returned after racing at Nashville Superspeedway and was hospitalized for 5 weeks.
Damn.
And that's when Chris Buescher took over for him.
So Biffle's going to be 51 this December.
Not bad.
It says in 2018. That's when, or no? Okay, so
I can't believe we didn't
Biffle
hear about that.
parted ways with the team at the end of 2016.
Okay. 19 wins.
He was
One-
very streaky though with those wins.
Won 6 races in 05.
Probably half of those 19 were at Texas too, right?
Finished second in points, actually, too. Let's see where those wins were. I remember a Michigan one. That might be that. Let's see. He won Fontana, Fort Worth, Darlington, Dover,
You didn't wait too long, huh?
Homestead. Wow.
You didn't wait long. That's funny.
That doesn't feel like 6. Oh, Michigan. Yep. Good stuff. Always like Biffle. All right, Tim, what's going on with baseball?
Hold on,
You
wait
want to talk
before
about how
we
the
do
Braves
that.
swept the Yankees?
Okay.
You know if your buddy Jason's watching?
I don't know.
I'm starting to slowly hate the Avalanche after the way they played last night.
Yeah.
Very dirty. A lot of after the whistle hits and shit like that.
Oh, come on. That's hockey. Hockey's the only sport that I've ever known that somebody can, like, rail you and,
Yeah.
like, take out your legs, and all they call it, like, snap your leg in half, and they say it's a lower body injury.
Right.
2-minute penalty.
Yeah. Yeah. Go sit and think about what you did. All right. I'll do that.
So what's going on with the Yanks?
Yanks are doing terrible.
Are they
I mean, you got Judge just got re-injured again.
oblique again?
Calf.
He can't stay healthy at
No,
all.
he can't stay healthy.
What about-
Giancarlo Stanton can't stay healthy.
Yeah, I was
They're
gonna
big
say,
hitters.
Is he playing?
No,
Stanton's not?
he's out. I mean,
Was it-
Gleyber Torres just came back, which is, decent, but they need – I was just about to say we need because I got too goddamn into it.
Yeah.
But they need DJ LeMahieu to come back because he's a huge asset to the team. I mean, he's probably half of the reason why they're even in second place right now in the AL East.
I was just going to say the Rays took him over. I didn't even notice that.
Oh, the Rays have been in front for quite a bit now.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. Which is, the
Oh.
Rays are a tough team.
Yankees are on a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah. After last night, it turned into 5,
That is good.
which I
news.
was not happy about at all.
Oh,
these doubleheaders-
no!
These doubleheaders are really tough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 7 innings,
Right.
and then anything after your 7th inning is considered extra innings, and you start with a man on second.
Yep.
Which is, I guess, a lot of people are saying, this is going to 14, 15 innings. It's getting ridiculous, which, it's
Right.
good. But I think they said that this is going to be permanent, even after all this stuff goes on.
So you're only going to the 8th inning if it's tied, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Pirates are actually involved in a doubleheader right now. So they
Oh,
won
yeah.
game 1. They're
In
actually winning
overtime.
game 2, 2-0.
Yeah, they beat the Cardinals in the 8th. What is it, 4-3? Who's the
4-3,
final?
yeah, final.
Yeah, I was watching it. I had $1 or $2 on that.
So the Dodgers at
Negative or
23-9
positive?
have the best record in baseball.
Dodgers are a team to reckon with, man. I think 100% they are the biggest contender right now to be in the World Series.
And they're doing it without Kershaw, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive.
Yep.
And
That was
Well,
Kershaw.
they got Mookie Betts and
yeah, right.
some big names in there.
Padres are sitting there decent with Machado.
Yep, they're sitting nice and pretty.
Don't forget about Tatis.
Oh, Tatis Jr. Yep.
And we have to bring up, of course, that the Pirates have the worst record in baseball.
Nice.
Are you shocked?
I know I was going to hit the surprise button, but it's really not a
But
surprise. I mean,
but to say it again though, what just happened today? The Cardinals lost to
They're
the Pirates.
probably going to win both games potentially today.
Right.
So
Right.
but I'm still standing by. I don't think they win 20 games overall for the
No.
year.
Yeah, the problem is they're 8.5 games back already.
That's the Pirates?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about the AL Central race? You got the Twins leading, but then the Indians and White Sox are both only a half game back.
Indians, another team, man. They are somebody that no matter who they're playing, you cannot count them out, no matter what the score is. I mean, I never thought I'd see the day where what's the Major League would be played, the movie,
Oh, yeah.
and how they just come back. I mean, they got some really nice players on there. I mean, they're extremely good.
Are they well mannered?
I have to say
Yes.
that's the one movie where I feel like the sequel's better than the original.
Oh, no.
I like the sequel a lot better.
I-
No.
I'm going to get some flack for this. I can't remember seeing either of them. So.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, but while we're on that topic of movies, I saw today on Slick Deals, the Days of Thunder 4K UHD was on sale for like $11 with the digital download.
I got the Blu-ray in Ocean City a few years ago.
Okay, everybody, here we go.
What the hell's that?
What is that?
An ad on ESPN.
Oh.
So
But yeah, I mean, so well, let's talk about that. But your goddamn hat that you thought you can walk into my house with. That was.
I was gonna wear the Racing Bids one, but I'm like, you know what? Just
I mean-
to rub it in Tim's face, I'll wear this one.
Here's the thing. Nobody and if you disagree with me, you're lying. Nobody in their right mind thought Garrett Cole would get smacked around
Yeah.
as hard as he did against any team
Yeah.
right now.
Did you ever see him play for the Pirates?
Yeah.
Honestly, when you look
I've
at
seen
it,
him
though,
in person there plenty of
the,
times.
the
So
Braves kind of really don't have a weak spot in their lineup, though, when it comes to hitters.
That's right. I mean, was it Ronald Acuna Jr.?
Yeah. Did he play? I don't even think.
Oh, first game he smoked a homer off him.
he just came off the DL.
Yeah, and I mean I'll tell you
Freddie
right now,
Freeman had a
he's
homer.
off the DL. He ain't going back on the DL.
Yeah.
He's a monster.
Right.
But I mean, watching that first game, they just went into a hole here, a hole there. I mean, they knew exactly how he was pitching, and the Braves alone are great fastball hitters.
Yeah.
And
Freeman had
his
a homer.
and Garrett Cole's best pitch
Right.
is a fastball.
Yeah.
All you have to do is time that once, and you're good for the rest of the game.
Right.
But then you go to the second game, where I'm thinking there's not a chance they lose the second game.
Right.
Not 2 in a row to the Braves.
Yeah.
And then Tanaka's pitching.
Yeah.
And he's pitching a gem. I mean, it's 0-0 going into the, what was it, the 5th?
Well, the final was 2-1, right?
And it was then Yankees scored 1-0.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, sweet. So, they go back on, Yankees go back on the field for defense, and, there's no Tanaka. 6th inning. Like, he just shut out this team.
Feels like all seasons they're not really having these pitchers go
Right.
too deep into games.
And this is a shortened game.
Right.
This is normally the 6th inning. This is after the 6th inning. You normally pull, bring your relief in for 7 and 8, and you bring your closer in for 9, or bring your closer in for 8 and 9. But he was pitching a gem. I think if Aaron Boone keeps Tanaka in,
Right.
they win the game.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, they win the game. They put Chad Green in, and did you watch the game?
No.
Freddie Freeman comes up to bat.
2-run homer.
Smokes a 2-run homer, but before that, the commentator literally says he's due for a home run. And I'm like,
isn't that crazy how
I'm
that
like,
happens?
no.
Yeah.
Because when they talk about it, it doesn't happen.
You're right. Right. Well, the other night when they were on Sunday Night Baseball, it was A-Rod and Matt Veskursen doing the call, of course, and they asked him, if you're building a team right now today, who are you taking between Acuna and Mike Trout? And he said,
Ooh, that's tough.
you know what? When you factor in the defense, it might be Ronald Acuna. He's great defensively. He's a great hitter. They're both young, relatively. He took Mike Trout, but he said it's really close. That's hard.
I mean, I think all around I'd have to go with Mike Trout. I mean, he's just a phenomenal player.
He is.
An all-around player. I mean, he can hit, he can field, and he's always deadly no matter what the count what the count is.
Yep.
So yeah, I think I would take him. But without a doubt, if I was to get a second choice with somebody else, you have to go with Acuna. There's
Right.
no doubt. I wouldn't even put Mookie Betts in that lineup for myself.
So I guess we have to address the elephant in the room. Hockey postponed their games tonight.
Oh, did they really?
All of
Yep.
them.
They're both off. Basketball did it yesterday and today.
Well, they did. But last night they did. The MLB postponed 7.
Did they?
Yeah.
Without
It
getting
is
too
what it
far
is.
into this.
It is what it is. I mean, these athletes are, using their, if you want to call it a pedestal,
Mm-hmm.
celebrity pedestal or whatever, professional pedestal to, prove a point or whatever. But when it comes down to it, you're being paid to do a job.
Right.
Like if you were to go to work, or you were to go to work, or I was to go to work and say, you know what, I'm gonna, protest or whatever, and I'm gonna sit and I'm not gonna do anything.
Right.
You know what my boss is gonna say? You know what your boss is gonna say? You know what your boss is gonna say?
You're fired.
Why don't you go sit at home?
Right.
Why I do to work?
What?
I do sit at home to work. Right
Well, I don't. But you know what I mean. If you don't do the work,
no,
they're
I know,
gonna
I'm just
say, "Yo,
busting your
hey,
balls.
what do you think you're doing?" Well, you know what? I don't like this. Which we're obviously not gonna get into the politics and all this other stuff. But
yeah.
I mean, like, I'm more of a baseball fan, obviously. Where if these guys aren't playing, then I think they you forfeit the game.
Right.
Like you said, the Bucks and somebody else.
Well, that's
forfeited.
the thing. The Magic were out on the floor ready to go through warm-ups and play the game, and the Bucks didn't come out. So
So
I
okay,
felt
so
like the Bucks should
No,
have
see,
had a
they
forfeit.
said
I thought
they
both
agreed
teams.
to that. Both teams weren't on the floor.
I thought I heard the Magic were out there.
No, because I saw a video and it showed the clock going to 0, nobody on either side of the court, and
Yeah.
that was it.
I think the
I mean,
Magic were on the floor, and then they went back to the locker room is what it was.
Oh,
I
maybe.
think.
I mean, it's just you're there. I mean, I go back to you're there to play to work a job,
Right.
do your job, and do all that stuff on your own time, which a lot of those players do of all different sports. They do that. They help out and do whatever they can. But I mean, how much were they begging to go back and play?
Right.
And now they're gonna start doing this stuff, which again, you get it, you understand it, but do your job.
And it doesn't help when you have Roger Goodell coming out and saying he should have talked to Colin Kaepernick earlier, too.
Yeah, 4 years ago to the day. I
Yeah.
think today.
For what, though?
I don't know. I guess like his stance on social rights or justice or all that, but
Right.
it's hindsight now. I mean, it's too late.
Right.
It's already
It is what it is, and it's just if you're not going to play, then because how long did it take for the MLB to finally come to a deal with the union
right.
and say, okay, well, we're going to play 60 games,
Yeah.
and now they're going to sit games
Right.
because because of all the stuff that's going on. Okay, so you're going to sit the game. Well, we're going to take your game check off you.
Right.
You're going to lose the game, and if both teams forfeit, you both lose the game.
Right.
And in my opinion, I think average is like 3 to 4 at bats a
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Well, then you just went 0 for 4.
Right.
And your batting average goes down now.
I honestly think the hockey thing is backlash because I saw a lot of people last night
Oh, absolutely.
throwing darts at hockey because they didn't cancel the games.
Well, yeah. Well, hockey's been
First of all, they're playing in Canada.
hockey's one of the harder sports with this COVID and everything going on.
Yeah.
Where it's one of the least. It's I think the only sport that has not had
They haven't had any
a
positives.
major.
I don't think the NBA has since they've been
Not
in the
that I'm
bubble
aware
either.
of, yeah. But hockey hasn't had any from the start.
Right.
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah,
about
no, I
hockey.
haven't heard a single word about hockey coming up. But I mean, but see them not doing it because they want to play. They want to get paid. They want to play the games.
Right.
Because
And
it's a very shortened season for hockey.
Yeah.
So they want to play because it's
They were close to the end.
playoffs.
I want to say they were about 15 games from the end or so.
Yeah.
Basketball too.
Right. Which just play. Just play. Do your job. You're making thousands, millions of people happy that you're playing the
Yeah.
sport, and I mean, I get that it is a big pedestal you could stand on, and soapbox and all that, but
Right.
Well, think about all the fans that you're turning off by doing these things. In the grand scheme of things, these sports are going to be suffering because
People are going to say, "Well, I'm going to boycott the NBA now."
exactly, I'm not going to watch the NBA. I'm not going to watch baseball. I'm not going to watch NASCAR.
well, I will
I'm
not
not
watch.
going to watch
I-
hockey.
There's a big
And-
possibility I don't watch football.
Yeah. Well, that'll be interesting to see what happens because, although Dale, I know you said we're going to possibly see the same thing happen, but the only argument I'd have to that is we have some time to let it marinate.
You got 2
Right.
weeks. But there's going to be something else that comes up.
Probably.
There's going to be
Watch-
games that are shut down.
I don't know about shut down,
But
but
you don't think this same stuff is going to
if
happen?
something happens like this
If
again,
there's another
or
incident,
an
I could see
incident,
it.
or
But if they
Donald
have
Trump
2
gets
weeks-
elected president, they're all going to sit out.
If
Well,
they have 2
yeah.
weeks to sit on it, I could see the NFL moving on.
You don't think some of them will sit to protest?
I mean, they might take a knee or something,
Well,
but I see the game
okay.
still happening.
Okay.
Well, they started to cancel practices.
Right.
Yeah, I
the
did see
Redskins
that.
were actually the
Yeah,
first one.
I
Well,
did see that.
the Washington
I
football
was going to
team.
say, who's the Redskins?
That's going to take a while.
It is. I got to take this ring off, I think.
Yeah, I
Or,
think
wait,
so.
I could turn it inside out.
There
Kreitzer
you go.
agreed with me, by the way. He said Major League 2 is better.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. What, did he comment?
Yeah, he
I
did.
didn't see that.
That's not really a person that I would take a comment from either, though.
So what about this Average Joe's fantasy draft? Are we doing that or what? We'd have to do it next week probably.
Yeah, we could. Well, we'll talk about it
Yeah.
off stream.
Oh, fair. Yeah.
And
We have our own personal drafts next weekend.
we do.
Oh God, that's next weekend, isn't
Timmy
it?
Tenders, first time. That's what you should name your team, the Timmy Tenders.
No,
and
did
be
you
a
see-
chicken, and a chicken finger would be the logo.
Did
or
you
something.
see what I did?
No, did you change the name?
No, I have the name on there.
Okay.
Did you see the name that was on there?
Yeah.
The first. Well, the funny thing was I log in. Does it give you like options of what it could be?
You could change it to whatever you want.
But it like when you log in, like I logged in, I put my
well, yeah,
login and
because
password.
you took ownership of a team that already existed, so it kept everything in there.
How did I do that?
Because we made you the owner of that team.
You could change it later.
Wait, what do you mean? Wait, you made me the owner. How did you do that?
Somebody that dropped out.
Oh, so I
You took
You,
that
you
spot
inherited the
Pittsburgh.
for
Yeah.
now. Yeah. You could change
Oh,
it though.
well, that's a happy accident, I guess.
Right.
Because I thought it just randomly said, here's a team, just
No.
take them.
Yeah. So I have the 12th pick. Which one do you have? 6?
team. I got 6.
I got 10.
Tim has 10.
So
I still got to get a magazine.
I don't even.
Do you do the whole draft day type of thing where if we talk, you can take 10 kind of deal?
I don't think we ever traded draft picks, did
No.
No, I don't think there's ever been a trade. I mean,
think that would
you
be
could
pretty
trade
interesting.
whatever
It
you
would be.
want, but it's
Well, I'll tell you, I'm nervous about doing it because I've never done it before.
Yeah.
The way you guys make it sound is I almost have to go in black tie to this thing. I feel like I got to stand up on a podium when my song is played.
Well, this
well.
is
This
the
is
first
new.
year
This is
doing
the
that.
first year, so we got a new software for this year where
We're all new to this.
Oh,
it's
okay.
going to be pretty cool. Where you go up, there'll be a laptop. You can make your pick on it.
Oh.
It's going to be playing. It's going to be playing your music, so everybody can pick up to 3 songs. It'll cycle through.
And then it goes to your phone. Like you pick like if I go up, I pick somebody on the computer, it cycles to my phone on the app.
Well, it won't be in the app yet. After the draft, I have to go in and enter everybody.
Oh wow,
But it'll save it into the draft
That's a lot of
software.
work.
That's a process.
that's a lot of work.
And then basically, so there's a logo on that website too. Go in there, put whatever logos you want for yourself. You put a picture, all that stuff's going to come up. It's just like
Oh,
watching
cool.
the NFL draft where there's going to be a ticker going across the bottom of the screen, recapping picks, showing the teams.
Is
and
there a
everything.
sound when your pick is in?
I believe so. There's
Do-do-do-do.
it's set up for like a 3.5 minute clock for every pick.
Wow.
And
This
it'll
could take a while.
stop. Well, I could change that to be
Right,
lower,
yeah.
but
And it's
think about it in the grand scheme of things. That by the time you walk up, stumble up, I should say, probably by the 10th round or so. But
And it's what 16 rounds, right?
15.
15?
But I did add an extra IR slot for us for this year.
Tim, by the way, you want to take kickers and defenses first? Cause
I already know what I'm doing.
I
already-
actually saw
I
a
already-
guy do that once,
I did like
kickers first.
and he actually made the playoffs in that league.
I did like
Really?
I did like those. I downloaded a draft app
Yeah.
and I did it like 14 times in like 10 minutes.
Well, the mock drafts.
It's
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
You did it in your 10 slot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let
That's
me
the
do
way you
that. Draft Wizard.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
what
called.
I use. Yeah.
That's I just like started going through it and I texted Sean and I said, "Hey," and I told him the whole scenario. I was like, "I've never done this
You
before.
could've
I don't
texted
even
me.
know."
I would have told you.
No, you wouldn't have. you would have said, "Take a
I-
kicker."
I've never done a mock draft really.
Don't worry, I'll bring the belt.
Well, I'm not that big into the football anyway, so it's going to be a little tougher for me to do it.
Yeah, but for you, it's a money maker, so that's what you're seeing.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, it's,
I do the money thing.
600 for first.
I'm the money guy.
I won almost $1,000 last year between the 2 leagues.
I mean, that's quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of money.
Yeah,
And
I won,
I'm a
I won
gambler.
almost 200.
Did you?
Yeah, in that guillotine league.
Oh yeah.
Which is pretty neat, that guillotine that you explained that
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah, that
That's
was
pretty
fun.
neat. So, like, I noticed I was up against I can't remember the guy's name.
I'm probably going to randomize the schedule before,
Well,
like after the draft.
it
yeah.
comes up to who, like, you're playing already.
Yeah, but we usually
You can change
now that
it?
we don't have divisions, it doesn't really matter as much because I used to have to go in and manually change the schedule,
Oh, okay.
and because we had it, there was 4 divisions, 3 teams in each division. You would play everybody in your division twice, and you would play everybody else once. So
Now, is this
kinda like
is this
similar.
kind of a fantasy where you got to sit there and every day look at this thing?
No.
No.
It's like you put
Once a week when you put your waiver claims in on Wednesday or Tuesday.
You guys are gonna have to explain that shit to me. Jesus.
And then it costs you $1 to pick somebody up and $2 for a trade.
Yep.
And then all that money goes towards the party. So we have
Okay.
about 200.
So that and at the end of the season.
No, the draft party. So
like what we're doing next weekend.
so next weekend, I'll be bringing beer.
It's comped.
There's gonna be we'll get like pizza and wings delivered like we usually do.
Well, how do you do that if you're doing like you just said, the trades?
collect that before I do payouts? So
For,
All-
at the
all
end,
the
of,
money
at the end of the season. That's what I mean. At the end of the
I'll
season.
collect like whatever money. Like say you made 12 acquisitions, you'll owe me $12 at the end of the year.
At the
that
end of the
goes
season.
into the drawer at my house, and that money stays there until the draft, and we use that for the draft
Next
party.
year.
Yep.
Okay. Got you. That'll be fun.
Definitely. Anything else we need to talk about for the
I knew-
podcast?
I didn't really shit myself when you said next weekend because I didn't think it was going to be that
Yes,
soon.
it is.
Shit, it is next week, next Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I did check that TV. It does have an HDMI port.
Oh, it
so
does?
we should be able to do it.
Cool.
But it weighs a shit ton. It's a plasma TV, but
Which is it's
it
not
looks a hell of a lot
yours.
bigger than 46 inches, though. Maybe it's
Mm.
49.
I'd say I bring
I'll come
this
down
thing,
and help
but
you set up if you need me to.
I'd say I'd bring that, but I don't think that's leaving the house.
No, it's all right.
So Ricky Stenhouse Jr.,
The winner, whoever
Austin
the winner
Dillon.
is. Oh,
Eric Jones.
I'm gonna write down tie for you. I swear.
He did mention Ty. I thought.
well,
that's who
let's
he
see
was
what the end of the race looks like, and
doing.
whoever's
the
better.
Dillon brothers.
That
Yeah.
starts tonight or tomorrow.
What's that?
Trucks are the trucks,
Trucks
on tonight?
tomorrow.
Trucks are tomorrow.
And
no,
next-
no, actually no. Trucks are Sunday at Worldwide
What?
Technology Speedway.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
It's one of those deals.
Somewhere
And,
different.
what about Xfinity? They running this week too, or no?
The Xfinity's tomorrow night.
All right. Who do you think wins that? Watermelon Man.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Justin Haley, the winner of last year's Daytona
rain
Coke
delayed,
Zero 400.
but I'm gonna go and say, is Dinger racing it?
Let me pull it up here.
Usually.
I don't know if I can find the entry list. Oh wait. Yeah, there it is. Wait, no. Could buy tickets. There will be fans.
Oh, are there?
Yep.
I know there's gonna be. Here we go. Starting lineup.
So Xfinity's running a doubleheader at Richmond in 2 weeks. Let's see if Cup
Damn.
is.
No, I don't believe Cup is.
I think they are.
Yep, Almond Dinger's in it. Almond Dinger's gonna win.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
All men's Dingers to victory lane.
Oh no, you're right. It's just one race at Richmond.
Who do you think's gonna win there, Timbo?
Xfinity, right? We're talking about.
Xfinity.
I'm going with Chastain.
Did you just say Justin Haley?
Who, me?
Yeah,
Okay, you.
Him.
So what you
I'll
getting two?
I'll go with Haley.
Josh taking 2 picks.
Josh is taking everybody in the colleague stable.
I'll take Haley.
Are the Pirates winning right now?
Haley Deegan.
I'm going
She's
Haley.
legal now.
Is she?
We got to end this before someone
Yeah,
says
we do.
something.
Tim, who are you picking for the Xfinity race?
I'm gonna go with.
Take Pico.
Wisco.
No, I'm not gonna go with him.
Cindric.
Yeah.
Allgaier?
I think
It's probably going to be a Junior Motorsports.
Well,
car.
actually-
Cindric.
Gregson.
Did you mention about Cindric? Basically,
His worst finish
worst
was third.
finish in the last 8 races.
Yeah, I
he was
mentioned that.
third.
Yeah.
That's insane.
All right, so believe it or not, the next time we talk to you guys, we will know the 16 drivers that are in the playoffs for the Cup Series. we'll be headed back to Darlington, where this pandemic schedule all started out with a doubleheader. So I would imagine Harvick or Hamlin will win that race and clinch their way into the round of 12.
We shall see.
Thanks for joining us on the Average Joe's Podcast, Season 2, Episode 12, I think, right?
Yes, sir.
Later.
Yep.